Hello everyone, it is me, MrSneakyy, and today we're going to go over my controls, my setup on how I've got it set up on PC, right? If you're looking to be really efficient and just maybe change your settings, here's the video for you, so stay tuned for more. Hello, so yes, we are on PC client, as you can see right here today. I am loving the PC client, it's amazing. So we're going to go over everything to do with like changing your settings. You can see what my settings are for, you know, setting troops up and that, and the benefits of maybe setting them up to either mine or setting them up to something that you guys enjoy using, you know, your own preferences, and then we'll learn a little bit of basic combat that you can take advantage of, right? So basically, before we get into everything, smash the like, comment and subscribe. Before, you know, we go into all the information that is on screen, I'd love to hear you guys comment below about, you know, what you think or what your settings are. I'd like to hear some of your settings, to be fair, on some of the key bindings. Maybe you've got some which is a little bit more streamlined, but I'm gonna go over some of the issues that you can face when you're on the control system, right? So if you're wondering how to get to it, you just press like your portrait and then hit settings, and then you can hit the customize on the control section, right? So we're in controls right now. You can get a different, you know, choice. This is preference. What this basically means, and this is what I'm going to showcase later on, is if you have it on what it is currently, you just drag the mouse. As you can see, you can click and drag and it will move the camera, pretty standard stuff. Or what you can do is hold Alt, or like the Alt key, and when you drag now, as you can see, I create this box and I can select specific troops by doing that, right? So this is very good if you're playing stuff like Age of Empires, StarCraft 2, you know, RTS games. You're actually able to select troops really quickly, like so. And that's one way I'm going to showcase some funky stuff later on, so remember that is a really good tip. So when you go into your controls again, you're going to have some other things. You can enable this here. I personally have it off at the moment. It's playing like League of Legends, so if you have your, you know, as you can see, like as soon as I start moving this camera up, it just starts moving, right? So if you're in the borders, it'll start moving. It's that's all it is. Hit the right side, you know, hit the left side, and you'll start moving. So I don't like it. You can have it on if you prefer it, you know, it's all down to your choice. But I just find it really annoying, especially if you're like trying to raid and then your camera moves, because like you're in like a really good position camera wise. Screen edge camera movement speed, that's to do with that obviously setting. If you have it off, you don't need to worry about anything here. And then the zoom speeds, again, I only have it on 1. You can change that if you want it a bit faster or a bit slower. But the more important thing is the actual keys. So you can change a lot in here, you know, you can choose these to be your preferences, but things that we're gonna be looking at today is actually to do with your legions, right? So if you come to the legion tab right here, you can see there's a load of things. I can still set one key that I'm going to do later on. I'm still deciding what I'm going to pick here. But basically, with this, it basically gives you all the requirements that you need, right? I've changed mine, as you can see. So if you play this for the first time, my setup is completely different to what your setup's going to be, right? The reason I've set this up is because I want my legions, whenever I summon them, to be on keys 1 to 5 on the keyboard, so I can easily select them. And then I have just below them the, again, Q, W, E, R, and T. These are just 5 keys directly below them for all the artifacts, so each key basically goes to the same artifact, a legion, basically. And then the one thing which is cool is you can set a selected legion as a group, and when no legion is selected, you delete the group one. But as well, you could do the same thing and add a selected legion to group 1 by hitting shift and 1. And this is the one problem that people might get issues with for some reason, and I can't find it anywhere unless someone has the fix in the comments. I've tried and tried and tried. This shift +1 is always your right shift key. It is not your left one. There's 2 on the keyboard. It's always on the right side, and then you press 1 and it will add it in. I'm going to showcase that obviously later, and the reasoning why you want to do it in certain times, right? And then once you get that, I have my group set to the F key. So as you can see, everything is generally all together. It's in a nice, like, 3 rows on the keyboard. I have the groups set a bit further away, obviously on the F keys, so you know I can specifically select them, and I know I need to move my hand for that. And then I have obviously 1 to 5. And then if you need to delete all your groups, you can control backspace, and then multi-select groups, you hold shift, and then you pick them, right? So when we come out of this and we go into the battlefield, what does this look like? As you can see on screen, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 against all of these. So if I just press this on the keyboard, it's going to select any of these marchers on screen, right? Which is really cool. The one thing to do with groups now, we're going to go over the control command first, which is like adding multiple legions into one group straight away. And then we're going to talk about how you can shift and add them in, right? So if you remember the key tip earlier from the beginning of the video, if you hold Alt and, you know, drag and select all these marchers and press Control and 1, as you can see now on their like portraits, there's a big 1. So this doesn't mean if I press 1, I choose them. It means if I press my F1 key, this is going to select group 1 no matter what now, and this means they will always listen to my commands when I have got them selected, which is really cool. And it means you can obviously micromanage that group. Another thing you can do, so for example, we have these groups here. If I select Lilia alone by pressing key 5 and then pressing Control 2, she is now in group 2, as you can imagine. So now I can go F1, press F1 and go to the unit. So there we go. And then I can press F2 and go to Lilia. So now I can micromanage these 2 marches however I want. I can keep moving them and just, you know, right click basically to move. You can also, if you really want to, if you're fast enough with your mouse, you know, you can go just like drag. You can still drag just as fast. As you can see, it's really responsive. Same with these guys. If you're looking to try and fight, you just need to just select it as quick as you want on screen. And then let's say we want to add someone to that group. So for example, Bakshi is not in a group right now, so or this infantry unit, right? So let's assign the infantry unit with control by selecting her. So we're gonna press 3 to get her the choice, and then I'm gonna press Control and 3, and now she's assigned to group 3. So now on screen, just to remind you, F1 is my archers, F2 is my majors, F3 is now my infantry unit, right? So if I press 2 and then go to my Bakshi now, and then press the right shift button and 3, this now just added him into group 3. And that's how the shift button works. And you can do this straight away as well. So if I press these guys and press shift 1, this is going to go into 1. Oh, let me press the right shift button. So if you press right shift and 1, there we go. And now if I press F1, they're all together, right? And again, if I just need to separate them, let's go to Bakshi alone. We'll put him, let's go back to him, press Control and 3. Give the amazing Madeline assigned to Control 1. So let's press right shift and 3. And now she is separated again. So that's how you can get all these marchers separated, and you can micromanage these however you want now. And that's going to be a really key way of obviously using your marchers effectively in the open field. If we're going to use them, as you can see right now, I can now press like F3, position these guys here, move my marchers into a nice deep position as I'm watching. I'm not really needing to pay attention to these guys. I'm more focused on my front line. I know the position of my majors are all away. If now I press my Control A button and select all troops that I can choose. And then let's go and target this march. And as you can see, it's going to target the mage because it drew aggro first. But these 2 infantry units, well, my infantry and my cavalry unit took over the aggro, as you can see. and it's firing somewhere else, right? So it's not focusing down, and then they're dead. So that's a really just basic way of showing how you can use this in your effectiveness. Another thing you could do, so let's just show off this is archers. We're looking for an infantry one. There we go. So if we press Control A, get everyone into a position here, and then let's select my Madeline and position her around this area just to the right. I'm going to show off, hopefully, a basic mechanic you guys need to learn. This is just Intercept. It's a very basic mechanic you learn in the game. You use it quite often as well to try and protect your range marches. So what tends to happen is, so if we select F2 and get these guys away, and F1 to select group 1. Now if I press these guys and left shift and press F2, I think it is, there's a way of getting all three of them, but the best way for me, because I'm more of an RTS player, I always alt click drag, as you can see, and I'll just drag click, and I will target this march now, right? So they're gonna try and kill this march. Oh, if we go back to them, I'm just trying to get these guys positioned in a way so they're able to like intercept correctly. So as you can see, these guys are gonna start fighting. The march is gonna directly come. And if I position these guys right here and get in front of it just in time, the intercept, it just says the negative one, as you saw, basically stating that my march didn't get in front of it in time, so it didn't intercept it. But if you move in front of it, like you'll see on these riders in a moment, the intercept trigger will show, and it'll be like a blue intercept trigger, and you know then it'll be focusing whoever got the intercept. So again, let's press Control A, get this final little bit of the video concluded. This is some riders again. So my range units are going to probably hit these guys first because they're further away, and they're going to try and aggro towards them. In a second, there we go. And then, as you see there, we got the blue intercept straight away on Bakshi. If I move Bakshi away now, as you'll see, the intercept trigger will most likely go onto my Madeline, and then I can move back. And then, as you can see, she's taking the damage now, and we go back into the damage, you know, and we're not going to get our unit killed by doing that. That's a really effective way of keeping your aggro, or keeping your, say, like stamina, for example, in a fight, and then re-entering it, you know. So it's a really cool mechanic in the game, and that is basically some basic fundamentals on combat, as well as my PC setup on my controls, why I do them, as you can see, the groups. And then the final tip, when you do press Control and A, if you see your recall button has the letter D, that is, if you do press the D button, it will resend all guys back home. It's an amazing little quick hotkey to use, so remember that. But yeah, that is the video coming to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. It is getting all my PC key bindings. I hope you maybe change them to the same. I'd like to see what you guys put for yours. I might take, I might steal some of your suggestions. If you got a good key binding setup, I might use it, I'm just saying, guys. So hit the comments below, press the subscribe button, notify the bell so you know when my videos come out. It'll just pop up on your YouTube feed, and remember to smash the like button, guys. And that will be me, MrSneakyy, with another video today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.